In studio by Mr. Desmond Gabriel 10 and also FIR negative ions therapy, joined by Dr. Lon Kan Meng. They are both from Singapore. Good evening, welcome to both of you gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. Welcome to South Africa. Are we treating you well?
Very well, thank you very much.
Oh, that's
We
good.
love South Africa so far.
So far so good. That's good, and even better when we're bringing healing to millions of South Africans out there who are wondering when their conditions are going to be healed.
Yeah.
Tonight, let's perhaps focus on. Let me start first with the FIR negative ions therapy.
Yeah.
What exactly is this therapy? I know that you talk about being non-invasive. What does that mean?
Okay, basically our system is okay. Let me qualify myself first. Okay, I'm the inventor and manufacturer of this system, and as a researcher, we must have certain belief. My belief is our human body can heal itself. The important thing is we have to understand the fundamental cause of most of the diseases. Okay, as for me, I realize that more than 90% of the human diseases are actually affected because of the poor blood quality.
Okay.
And our system targeted and focused in this area. I'll give a very simple example. For instance, okay, if our blood pH is acidic, okay, you will have a lot of chance of getting a lot of funny diseases. Okay, ideally we should maintain a blood pH about 7.34. At the same time, okay, we have to maintain a good blood circulation. I'll give you a very good example. For instance, okay, if you have a pot of water, you lay it in the open, what will happen after a few days? You can find mosquito larvae breeding on it, and you can find many other contaminants in the water.
Okay.
But when I make this water flow, or I put in some bubble by a pump, you can see all this has been reduced drastically. Okay? So these are some of the analogies that I can provide you.
Okay. And that was your thinking when you came up with this therapy?
Yes. So how we solve this issue, like for example, the negative ions, okay, emitting from my system, they will help to bring down the blood pH. That means what? Become more alkaline.
Okay.
And at the same time, the far infrared actually dilated the vessels. So with these two in combination, okay, we can achieve an improvement of blood pH, and concurrently, because of the vessel dilation, we can improve the blood flow. So these are the two fundamentals. Once your blood quality improves, it means that our human immunity system boosts up. There will be a drastic improvement. This one, we have been doing quite a lot of work into this area, and I'm working with enzyme therapists like Desmond Tan. Later on, he will discuss and share with you his work, okay, whereby we will do live blood analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, our protocol of test is very simple.
But I still want you to go back and explain the non-invasive part of it. What does that mean?
Okay, the non-invasive part, what is non-invasive? Non-invasive means that our system do not really require you, okay, to be having any injections or any extractions from your body or from your body fluids. We don't. Basically, okay, our system is you lay onto our treatment system, and when you lay onto our treatment system, my computer system, okay, will determine the energy level, that means the bioenergy level of you, every part of your body, and my algorithm will determine what is the best and most optimal way in helping you to solve your problem.
Okay, that seems like we should be promoting this worldwide. And how easy is it to convince the conventional world of this therapy?
Okay, that's why we call ourselves complementary and alternative medicine. Like for example, okay, if there's a patient or a customer come to us, we will try to understand his current medical conditions, we will encourage that there are two modes of treatment. One is complementary, whereby the patient or the customer continue his medication that's been prescribed by the consultants, okay, or the doctors. Alternatively, he can use the other path, which we call it alternative, whereby the user strictly uses only our systems. Yeah. So
Which is an argument that you and I had almost the whole day yesterday when we were talking about this therapy, because I cannot understand that you saying and you've got proof, you've got extensive research on what the therapy does. It enhances the immune system, the CD4 counts go high, conditions get healed. Now, why would anybody want to go back and take medication? Of course, you wouldn't want to say that. But yeah, no, we live. Do you do proper education to the patient as well, that as they make decisions, it's from an informative point of view?
yeah, you're right. You see, the most important thing that we can give to our users is a good, informed, educated information. We will present to them, okay, the pro and cons, and also our clinical cases. At the end of the day, we hope that they will get a good, well-informed decision.
Let's go through perhaps a consultancy process. That as I enter your rooms, I know that you have one in Kempton Park as well. You'll give us details of the clinic immediately after as we finish the session. Now, as I enter the wellness center, you call it, what happens? What is the first step?
What's the first step? Okay, our first step is we will first take the drop of blood. That means very similar to those diabetic patients that has been daily, a few times in a day, taking a little drop of blood for themselves to determine what is the blood glucose concentration.
That is just a drop.
Just a drop. Okay, and then we will put it onto our microscope and we will magnify it 1,000 times, and then we will analyze the conditions of the cells.
And that is what Desmond does.
Yes, exactly.
As you analyze, what is it that you're looking for?
Now, as we are looking at the live blood condition, what we are looking for are the circulation system, the health of the red blood cells, the white blood cells. Are they active? Are there contaminants in the blood such as crystals, toxins, and are the cells lively? You know, and what about bacteria? And what about digestion in the blood?
Maybe we need to take a step back as well and talk about why is it important to have lively and clean and active cells.
Okay, you see, it is very important that our human body has very good immunity system at all times. As you can understand, our environment at our time has been contaminated by one form of bacteria, virus, one way or another. Okay, either from the environment, from our food, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, but as long as we have a good defense system at all time, we are ready for anything. So having a lively, good blood circulation and a very responsive immune systems is an essential. This is the key, especially for the HIV patients.
That is the key, especially for HIV patients. Do you mind substantiating that?
Okay, for instance, how the HIV actually affect a patient. This one I think most of you know better than me. Basically, I just run through an overview. When the HIV virus attack a CD4 cell, okay, what will actually been happening is, okay, they will embed the RNA by the reverse transcriptase to be part of the chain of the DNA. Correct? After they have infected this CD4 cell, they are ready to infect another CD4 cell. Correct? Now, so what we can do is, if our immune system is strong, very sensitive, responsive, okay, the CD4 positive T helper will be able to detect the infected CD4 cells presence. So it will try to be responsive at all times. For instance, if the virus leaving the infected CD4 cell, okay, it will inform the CD4 cell. As a result, the CD8 will be notified and the virus will be terminated.
But now, information that is presented to us says that HIV identifies a host cell. It will look like your CD cells, CD4 in
Yes.
particular. Now, how will the system be able to identify which one is not part of us?
Okay, actually there are two ways. One way is because there's an invasion by on the surface of the CD4 cell, for example the GP120, okay, there will be changes on the surface. The CD4 positive T helper can detect these changes if our immune system is responsive enough. Another way is having a very responsive immune system, a very active immune system, right? Any virus that is present in your blood plasma, okay, it will trigger a reaction, and this reaction will be hopefully handled, for instance, by the CD4 positive T handler, okay, and the dendrites. So
Okay.
yeah, all these will be presented, okay, and our defense system will take care of it naturally.
Naturally, it will be
Yeah.
able to take care of it. I'm also told that as our CD cells become infected, a healthy body reproduces healthy cells in a phenomenal speed.
Mm.
But only a healthy body can do that.
Yes, this is true, and we have also to understand that this is also a probability game and a number game. For instance, in the initial infection phase, there will be drastic numbers of CD4 cells being destroyed. Our body, yes, can produce a lot to recover it, to cover those destroyed cells, but too bad, it's very hard to recover the numbers that has been destroyed. So as a result, the CD4 cells within a few days it can drop drastically.
Okay, we're taking your calls 089 110 089 We're talking about a therapy that was discovered by Dr. Long Kan Meng, who is from Singapore, and we have with us in studio him as our guest, and we're talking about this therapy that is indeed phenomenal. A lot of people have achieved great results in trying to enhance their immunity. Give us a call 089 110 in the score. Senegal 1, South Africa 1. Yeah, I don't know. We'll be back right after this.
No matter who you are or where you're from, we all want our own
Wonderful
home.
heat waves, and we're coming to your area, Polokwane. I'm joining you on Saturday. I know that a lot of my colleagues are going to be broadcasting from Polokwane tomorrow. That is Friday. Right now, we're taking your calls 089 110 as we talk about Revitox therapy and FIR negative ions therapy. Do give us a call 089 110 as we talk about alternative therapy that is available out there. I'm joined in studio by Mr. Desmond Gabriel 10 and Dr. Lon Kan Meng. They are both from Singapore. We take your calls right now. Sfiso, you are in Wheatbank. Good evening and welcome. I'm great, thanks, and you? Yeah, I've given up in saying that I'm not okay. People with spinal cord injuries. Okay, alright, thank you very much. Let's find out from Doctor. Okay.
Yes, okay. Spinal cord injury. I think the first thing to qualify the problem is first I need to know how the trauma occurs, okay, and how long ago, okay, and also which part of your spine, because each part of our spine it affects different parts of our organ and our system. So I think if you don't mind, I think it's good that make appointment and then we can discuss it further.
Okay, we are going to be giving out your contact details so that those who are interested can make an appointment. We take your calls right now, 089-110-3377, as we talk about alternative therapy. We're talking about a Revitox therapy and FIR negative ions therapy. Perhaps, I can sense a lot of people out there saying this is just so confusing. I don't understand what Revitox therapy is. What happens as I have my blood sample analyzed and to detox, the process of detoxing. Take us through that, Desmond.
Well, you see, like Dr. Lo has mentioned earlier on, the blood in the body is a very, very important part of our life, really. And the other aspect is that as toxins build up in our body, now a lot of illness can just develop from there. So it's actually the onset of disease as well. So when someone comes in to see us, we look at the blood condition, we'll be able to see what is the toxins level built up in the body.
An aloe plant being able to correct the root cause of whatever condition. Would you regard this therapy as doing the same?
Okay, basically, I'm not an expert, I'm not a herbalist, so I leave this question to him. But one thing is, you see, if anything we are taking in by ingest, is extremely important that we have a functioning, good, tuned out digestive system. For instance,
No, I'm talking about now this therapy.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, like for example, for ours, we go to our bloodstream. We don't really need to go to the digestive system. And concurrently, we improve your digestive system. So you can complement it with, for instance, aloe
Anything.
vera or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why our system is very good. The system for complementary.
How does it work with a person who is on long-term medication like antiretrovirals?
Okay, how? Number one, as I described to you earlier, we have to improve the blood quality.
Mm-hmm.
Upon improving the blood quality, the immune systems will be improved. Once the immunity systems has been improved, there is a very high chance that the CD4 cell count will improve. Okay, the viral load will drop. It is what we are looking for, and we are still working into this area.
Okay, we're taking your calls 089-110-3377 as we talk about alternative therapy. If I were to tell you that you can just simply lie down and relax and your body produces ions that are just going to heal whatever ailment, whatever condition you have, I'm sure that is good news to all of us South Africa. Give us a call 089-110-3377. Back after this.
Metro FM. It's where the all-time
The hour, or shall we say last half an hour of this show, we're talking about a therapy that can simply cure anything that you present with. Give us a call. I have with me in studio Mr. Desmond Gabriel Tan and Dr. Lon Kan Meng, both from Singapore, and we're talking about Revitox therapy and FIR negative ions therapy. Before we take calls, Doctor, when you talk about negative ions, there obviously must be positive ions somewhere. What is the difference and which ones are good?
Okay, so let me go through with you what is negative ions first. Negative ions is actually, imagine that you are walking beside a fresh water stream, okay, with a lot of vegetation around. What will you feel in the morning?
You feel great.
Yeah,
You feel refreshed.
yeah. Then slowly, as the sun rays appears, how will you feel? You will feel relaxed, and at the same time, you don't feel it's too hot. In fact, you will find your body more energized. But okay, now that what you are absorbing, what you're breathing in are negative ions. You feel refreshed. Concurrently, there are what are positive ions. Positive ions, like for example, you enter into a room full of computers and electronic gadgets. How you feel? You feel there's some oppression. At the same time, there is also some form of a heat that is surrounding you. you feel very uncomfortable. That is positive ions as a result.
And those make us sick?
Positive ions has been done over several years of research work. It contribute to a number of diseases. One of them will be influenza.
What is unfortunate, I mean, many of us come from environments, especially in the corporate world, where, offices are now taken away. They've used the base system where there's just be a petition and there are a lot of computers. It's an open plan type of setting. Are you suggesting that an environment like that may be causing some of these flu-like symptoms?
Yeah, it's very likely. That's why I always encourage my users, okay, try to install a good high quality negative ion generator. This will remove the positive ions and maintain a good alert for the users and your co-workers. It's strongly encouraged.
But some of us get there, we simply employed. How do you then ensure that your workplace is safe for you?
Okay, you see, we have no choice. Everyone has to make a living, right now. Right? Sometimes it will be very hard for us to even get a good job, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let alone a generator with all this load shedding and all.
Yeah, so that's why in my product, there are a few different type of ionizers that suit office workers very well. One of them is you can simply plug into your USB port on your computer. Okay, you don't need any external power supply. Just plug onto your USB. Okay, it will emit 2 million negative ions for you. And at the same time, there's also far infrared, okay, penetrating for you to improve your health quality. Of course, there's also another one. For example, you work in a server room. Okay, then you can consider to use our 20 million negative ion generator. Simultaneously, I also want to inform you that our 20 million negative ion generator, it can also give an option of releasing ozone, where you can cleanse the environment while you go for your lunch or taking a break.
Okay. So it's important that we also encourage corporate environment to really start complying with some of these safety standards, because they're contributing to the ill health of the employees.
Yeah, this one is getting more prominent, especially in China.
In South Africa too, because offices have been taken away now. It's more petitions. People, it's just an open plan. As you walk in, there's a lot of computers, and you're saying those positive ions cause a lot of disease. What sort of conditions are associated with positive ions in the blood?
Oh, for example, okay, you have very high positive ions breathed in through your respiratory system. Okay, you will have symptoms like difficulty in breathing. Okay, increase because of defense level drops because your blood become more acidic. Okay, running nose, influenza. Okay, and also sudden feel that there is a stress, especially unknown form of stress. Okay, it may not be a direct stress from your work, but because your blood has become poorer quality, the amount of serotonin that is supposed to be regulated from your pineal gland has lost control. So as a result, you are suffering from stiff neck, stiff joints at your shoulders. These are some of the common symptoms that most office workers will suffer, and especially sleepless night.
I can identify with that. I actually ended up having a favorite program on television around the early hours of the morning because I can't sleep. We're taking your calls 089 110 3377. Okay, you are in Pretoria. Good evening and welcome. Good evening, okay, you live on air. Hello, Oka.
Hello.
You live on air, ma'am.
Yes, what I want to find out, I just want to find out about fertility.
Infertility.
Fertility, yeah.
Okay. You want to find out if this therapy can help you with infertility.
Yes.
Alright, is there anything you'd like to ask, Oka?
Okay. So can I take the question?
Yes, what I'm...
I really want to ask.
Okay, infertility. Okay, infertility. Okay, I need to know whether the problems comes from the female side or come from the men's side. So this is important. Okay, and another thing is, what is the cause of infertility? Like for example, I'll give a very good example. I have a Chinese physician. Okay, she has infertility cause is because of a trauma. That's when she's 18 years old in the university, she got a bad fall. Okay, her ovary was partially destroyed, and there's also a problem with the fallopian tube. So I have treated her with my system, and now she is 44 years old, and 2 weeks ago she informed me that she is ovulating. So we have to understand your situation
The
and conditions
history.
before we can help you much.
Let's